stretch. Woohoo! Day 2. So feel free to just stretch your body a little bit. If you woke up a half an hour ago like I did, your body might be a little stiff. A huge part of what I try to teach is intuitive body work, meaning you listen to your own body, but sometimes it needs a little priming with suggestions, and so that's why taking classes can be nice. Doing things like this where it's guided can be nice. But I believe that the best practice is really to listen to what your body needs in this moment, which is going to be different from day to day. But our 40-day practice will be similar. And we start with a little acknowledgement of our intention, which is to nourish our body, mind, and spirit. And so I invite you to come into a seat, whether you're seated on the floor or seated in a chair. If you're in a chair, you want to just be sitting, upright like I am on the floor. Good morning, Nathan. I hope that you stay and practice with us today. And so placing the hands on the heart center, and you can keep your eyes open or closed, and we'll just repeat to ourselves, I nourish my body, mind, and spirit. I nourish my body, mind, and spirit. This is the reason for our self-care practice. It's just to show up for ourselves each day for not too long of a period of time, what feels manageable. And we'll begin with a little breath. And like yesterday, you don't have to hold this arm position if you don't want to. I like to because it's a heart opening. It starts to open up the body. You can rest your hands on your knees if you'd like to. And we are going to be doing a rapid breath of fire, which is an even inhale and exhale through the nose, or if you're really plugged up, you can do it through your mouth. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes, and you can go at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast as I go. If it ever feels too intense, you can slow it down. You can pause and just do long, deep breathing and come back into it whenever you're ready. You're halfway there. It can feel like a long time, especially if you're not used to doing this breath or holding your arms up like this. So if you need to take a break, do that. But 3 minutes is like the perfect amount of time. Once you get to that, it's a great goal to have. Last minute. And deep inhale. Hold the breath in and interlace your hands above your head, stretching the arms up, holding the hands together to help the body open up, the ribs, the heart center, the shoulders. And then we're gonna exhale and sweep the arms down. You can let them rest on your knees. Just take a few natural breaths here and notice any changes in your body. Does the body feel better? Does the body feel worse? What's going on inside? Just noticing it without judgment, receiving the wisdom of what our body is revealing. Take a sip of water if you need to. I forgot to mention our daily water practice. And we'll prepare for spinal flexes. Again, if you're sitting on a chair, you can do this in a chair. If you're sitting on the ground, you want to do this on the ground, you can. I like to come into cat-cow position for this. So moving on to your hands and knees. And I'll face this way. We inhale as we lift the head and open the heart, and exhale as we push the back towards the ceiling, chin to the chest. Inhale and exhale. Continuing at your own pace. If you're seated, you inhale chest forward, exhale spine backwards. 3 minutes here. This is giving you an opportunity to listen to your body. So if you want to move slowly, you can do that. If you want to move more quickly, you can do that. If your body is still waking up, you can really enjoy each of the stretches and breathing deeply. Feeling that air move through the whole body. Opening up the channels of the energy along our spine. Halfway there, my body is asking for a little modification to just start to stretch my torso in different ways. So again, just offering that as a cue to you to listen to where your body would like to be stretched. I know I talk about the body, I personify it as its separate entity, which may sound weird, But the idea is to begin thinking of listening to our body. We stay, as humans, as modern humans, we spend a lot of time in our heads. We tend to value the head over the body. I happen to think that's also part of the patriarchal structure. And it's intellect over emotion. I think they're both important. But I'm not trying to be overly chatty. Just sharing that. And we'll inhale, flattening our back, and I'm gonna just pop in here a little hip motion. So circling, making some big circles with your hips. If you're sitting upright or in a chair, you can just move your torso in a circle around your hips and going in both directions. Making sure you breathe. Good. And you can pop into a child's pose, forehead on the mat, stretching the arms out in front of you. If you're in a chair, you can go ahead and raise your arms up again and interlace your hands, stretching open the torso. And from here, we're going to curl our toes under, pressing our palms into our mat, lifting our hips up, and coming up into a downward dog, so that triangle position. Just hanging out here for a second. You can pedal your legs out if you're feeling stiff in your hamstrings. And then walk your hands to meet your feet. Being at the front of your mat, if you're on a mat, is a great idea. I'm going to step back just so I have a little more room. Sun salutations, 3. So we begin by hands at prayer pose at the heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretching back. Exhale, folding forward. Hands on the mat, you're gonna jump your feet back or walk your hands forward into plank. You can lower down knees, chest, chin, or keep the body straight and lower all the way down. Inhale up to cobra. Engage the navel and toes, curl the toes again. We're gonna lift back up into downward dog. Sorry, I got stuck there. And then again, walk your hands to meet your feet. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling back to heart. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the hands to the feet. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Last one. Move at your own pace. And when you are finished, we'll come back to our seat. Sitting comfortably. A few minutes of mindfulness. Hands resting on the knees. Spine is straight. Eyes can be opened or closed. Just noticing your breath. can even name the breath to start with, to anchor into the breath awareness, just in your mind, naming inhale and naming exhale. If the mind starts to wander into thought realm, just notice it without judgment. And bring the awareness back to the breath. Maybe even being curious about the breath, sounds, the sensations that you feel. It's time for me to close our practice today. If you'd like to stay in your position and meditate, feel free to stay there. But we'll close with an awareness, a reconnection to our heart center, hands over the heart. And thanking yourself for showing up for you today. And recommitting to that phrase that anchors us into our practice. I nourish my body, mind, and spirit. And thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow for day 3.